Living in a fast-paced city like Dubai, it's intense. The professional and personal pressures can really put a strain on our relationships. So today, we're going to talk about the unique challenges couples face right here and how getting some professional support can actually help you find your way back to each other. Does that sound familiar? It's a feeling a lot of us have, but we don't always talk about it. That feeling of distance. It's often the very first sign that your relationship is under stress and that the connection you two used to have really needs some attention. And let's be real, for those of us living in Dubai, that pressure can feel like it's on a whole other level. You've got demanding careers, you might be an expat living far away from your family and friends, and the city just has this constant hustle. It can all put a huge amount of strain on a partnership. So if this is you, I want you to know you are definitely not alone. So, what are the actual signs that a relationship is really feeling the pressure? Let's dive in and take a closer look. And these things aren't usually isolated. They kind of feed into each other in a cycle, right? For example, stress about money can lead to more arguments, which then creates that emotional distance we were just talking about. Just recognizing these patterns is a huge first step toward fixing them. Now, it's so important to see these signs not as a death sentence for your relationship, but more like a check engine light on your car's dashboard. They're just signals telling you it might be time to pull over and get some professional support to find a better way forward. And that's exactly what couples counseling is all about. It's not about pointing fingers or figuring out who's right and who's wrong. Nope. It's about creating this dedicated space where you can work on the relationship itself, with a professional there to guide the conversation in a healthy, productive direction. Okay, so how does this whole reconnection thing actually happen? It's not magic. It's a real, structured process that takes you from identifying what the core problems are to actively fixing them. This is basically the roadmap back to each other. Structured therapy means you're using proven methods to get to the real root of the conflict, not just talking in circles. From there, you learn practical skills for communicating better and stopping fights before they start, all in an environment that's designed to help you heal and rebuild that trust. And honestly, the real magic of this whole thing is in the practical tools you walk away with. These aren't just for your therapy session. These are skills for your everyday life that are meant to fundamentally change how you talk, how you listen, and how you solve problems together for good. And believe me, learning these skills can have such a profound impact. It can really help you create a bond that's stronger and way more resilient. You might be thinking this all sounds like a really long process, right? Well, not necessarily. In fact, as the American Wellness Center points out, a lot of couples report feeling lighter and more hopeful after just a few sessions. Just opening that door to guided communication can bring some immediate relief. Just look at this. This really shows the kind of transformation that's possible. It's a major shift from that negative cycle of arguing to a positive one of actually solving problems. You go from feeling emotionally distant to rediscovering intimacy and closeness. It's all about rebuilding a really solid foundation for your relationship. So these are the kinds of tangible results you can really work towards. We're talking about functioning better as a team, whether that's getting on the same page with parenting or just being able to talk without things blowing up. These are the real-world changes that make a partnership stronger. At the end of the day, this whole process is about hitting the refresh button on your relationship. It's a chance to build on the history you already have and actively create a future that's stronger and way more connected. Now, if you're thinking about taking this step, choosing the right provider is so important. You absolutely want to look for licensed psychologists and counselors who create a safe, non-judgmental space. And in a diverse city like Dubai, it's crucial to find a place that has a culturally inclusive approach, one that really gets the unique needs of both local and expat families. So, after exploring the challenges, the process, and all the potential for renewal, the question is pretty simple. Are you ready to start building that stronger future together? Taking that first step is always the hardest part, isn't it? But it's also the most important. If anything we talked about today resonated with you, just remember that reaching out is exactly how the journey back to connection begins.